Hey, you all, Carpetbagger here, and I'm coming to you from the bunker today, and we are hiding down in the bunker because the world is infested with coronavirus. A couple days ago, I posted on my social media, I'm getting a little worried about this coronavirus, and some people were supportive, some people, said, you gotta take care of yourself, and some people were like, you don't know what you're talking about, there's nothing going on. But the other night, it seems like everything came tumbling down at once. Travel ban announced by the president. The NBA cancels their season, and from that point on, not only was basketball canceled, baseball was canceled, hockey was canceled, and unfortunately, a lot of my upcoming trips have been canceled by sources outside of my power. Transworld, the haunted house convention I was planning on attending here in a few days, has been canceled. And I had a whole road trip worked out to coincide with Transworld. That's all out the window now. I was planning on beginning of April going to WrestleMania in Tampa, Florida. And that is not, as I record this, that has not yet been canceled, but I feel that it is almost an inevitability with everything that's been canceled. Disneyland's been canceled. School's been canceled for people all across the country. I feel like this event in Tampa, Florida, where people come from all over the world to crowd together, it seems like the last thing that's not canceled at this point, and it's pretty much gonna be canceled. I feel like it's gonna be canceled. And at the same time, if I went, I almost feel like if it wasn't canceled, it would almost be irresponsible for me to still go because I'd be putting myself at such risk. And I do want to take the coronavirus very seriously. I travel, and by the means of me traveling, I'm putting other people at risk. So I'm going to try to, as much as I want to jump in my car and hit the road, I'm going to have to approach it in a smart manner. I'm not saying I'm not going to necessarily film anything, but I've got to, I don't know, I can hardly keep track of what is actually open and what's not. I had plans this weekend. I don't know if anything that I plan on doing is actually going to be opened. I've heard that smaller attractions are still open. Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge, I've heard a lot of their attractions are still open. So what's going to be coming up in this channel? Luckily, I work on a backlog, so I do have quite a few videos in the bag that I will be putting out in the next few days or however long until I run out of videos. And I know a lot of you are going to be stuck in your houses as well, so I want to keep putting out that content for you guys. I know you're going to be home, you're going to be bored, you're going to want to travel and not going to be able to, so hopefully some of those videos will help me help you get that travel itch, because I really don't want to go dark on this channel. I won't go dark. I promise I will not go dark. I will be making videos in some form. Maybe we'll be making some videos down here in the bunker. Sometimes situations like this, where what you're comfortable with is taken away, you get more creative and can create some new things. So who knows? We'll try different things on this channel. Now this is scary. This is really scary. A lot of people depend on attractions like Disneyland, depend on sporting events for their work, people that hourly employees. So this is very scary what's going to happen to them. I myself, and I don't want to feel too sorry for myself because this is something that affects every single person in America. I am at this point out over $300 worth of hotel rooms that I can apparently not get back from Priceline. Don't use Priceline. Please don't use Priceline. Every time I go back and start using Priceline, I regret it. Priceline is apparently going to keep my $300, but, I'm by far not the person losing the most money here in this situation. My heart definitely goes out to those that are just kind of struggling to work, to stay employed, and of course, my heart goes out to those that are personally affected by this virus, by this this illness that could be very, very serious. Can attack a person's respiratory system. I'm healthy. My wife is healthy. My daughter's healthy. But we certainly don't want to try our luck. We certainly don't want to risk getting anyone that we care about sick. So, yeah, we're going to be using a lot of precautions. I'm going to be washing my hands as much as humanly possible. Like I said, I will be monitoring the situation and see what is open. I had this idea when I first heard everything was, all my plans are out the window. I'm like, I got to do something. I was going to hop in my car and do some backroads trips, maybe stuff in non-crowded areas. But I don't want to get... I don't know. We don't know how bad this is going to get at this point, and I don't want to be away from my family if, you know, if I get trapped somewhere. The possibility I could enter a town that gets quarantined. I think there's actually been an American town where no one gets in, no one gets out quarantined. So I don't want to wind up somewhere that's quarantined and not be allowed to leave. That would be pretty terrifying. I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm freaking out too much, but I'm worried that hotels could start to not operate. I mean, what if I'm traveling and all the hotels are closed? I guess I could sleep in my car. That's not that big of a deal. But, you know, what if grocery stores closed? What if restaurants closed? I mean, these are all... This is unprecedented to have all these events, to have basketball, baseball, hockey closed, Disneyland closed. I'm sure this isn't the first time Disneyland has ever closed, but I think they've already announced that it's going to be closed at the end of the month. So this will be I think, has to be the longest that Disneyland has ever been closed for one go round. I don't know. I mean, I guess no one knows when we can peek out our heads from our bunker and know when it's going to be safe to crawl out and resume normal activity in this world. They're just gonna have to wait and see. I'm not a person that like is good at just like sitting around the house and watching TV. So I don't know. I'm like, what am I gonna do? Am I gonna start? Maybe watch some of the movies I've never watched. Maybe I will. I even thought maybe I will go buy some video games. Maybe I'll go buy a video game system. I've not owned a video game system since the Nintendo 64. Not owned a home console. I'm like, what if I went and got a video game, an Xbox or a PlayStation? If anyone knows any good things like that, leave a comment in the comment section, because I'm afraid I'm going to die of boredom. I have cabin fever already. I have a cabin fever of 107 because I know that my leaving is restricted and I don't do well under those. Of course, you know, I understand my problems are super minor compared to those other people out there and what they have to go to. But we're going to ride this out together. I'm going to be here on this channel. Probably doing some live streaming. Do some live streaming. Maybe I'll put the times. I kind of now want to do live streaming. I kind of just pop in. Maybe I'll do some scheduled live streams so we can all congregate. We can all discuss our fears. We can all hold each other's hands virtually, because in this environment, you don't want to hold anybody's hand because anyone could be diseased. Tom Hanks has the coronavirus. I mean, if the coronavirus was trying to decide, I can affect one celebrity, but it has to be the one that's the most upsetting to all Americans, it would have to pick Tom Hanks. Like, you can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up. If the coronavirus was trying to select someone to upset us the most, they would still probably select Tom Hanks. I think so far he's the only celebrity. I think there was a basketball player. With the basketball player, he made jokes about coronavirus and rubbed his hands all over the microphone, and then he ended up getting coronavirus. Not cool, dude. But you know, you don't want to don't want to mock someone who has a serious disease. Man, I feel like I'm rambling. I feel like my mind is rushing 100 miles per hour. When my mind settles down, I'll focus back on what we can do to keep this channel running. We're going to keep this channel running through this coronavirus thing. I promise you. There is some travel videos in the bag coming, and there's going to be some other stuff as well. But I just need to figure out what that stuff is going to be. So please, everyone out there, take care of yourself. Wash your hands. Don't put yourself in danger. Just use common sense. And just take generally good care of yourself. I don't know if I've said anything worth anything in this video. I just kind of turned on the camera and let my thoughts on the coronavirus spew forth. Of course, don't spew forth in real life because you could give someone else the coronavirus. Anyways, I think we're going to put this one in the bag. I will see you very soon.